Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are here for a fun one. We are going to chat about 20 of my favorite products from 20 different brands. 20 products, 20 brands. That's a lot. That's what we are here to chat about today. This video is also super exciting because it is in collaboration with one of my friends, Alex or Alejandra Lisette. We will chat about her in a minute. But if you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Kelly and I love all things makeup and beauty. I love talking. I love makeup. I love talking about makeup. So if you like to chat about makeup too, I would love to have you subscribe and be part of the K Bella fam. But why don't we go ahead and jump into the video. I did mention that this video is in collaboration with Alex. I will have her channel and her video listed down below. But if you have not heard of Alex or Alejandra Lisette, she is huge on project panning. She loves eyeshadow palettes. She talks about different ways to use your makeup, like multi-purpose use makeup. She was talking about in one of her videos using her lipsticks as blushes and how she hadn't purchased a lipstick or like a new lipstick in years and she was trying to really get her use out of them. And I'm at a point like in my life and in my makeup collection, yes, I love trying new things. This look right here is testing out new makeup. That's gonna come out on Saturday. This video is going up on Wednesday, I believe. So stay tuned if you wanna see this look. But I love testing out new makeup. However, I definitely want to focus more on using the makeup that I have. And I feel like with Alex, her channel, her videos, she's definitely focused on using her makeup. Not so much talking about what's new, throwing out new makeup products and always the new. She does talk about new stuff on her channel, but it's not always the new. It's here's how I'm using my makeup products. Here's how I'm multi-purposing my lipsticks or using my eyeshadow palettes, panning palettes. So I love her channel. She is also a mom like myself, so we relate to each other that way. I definitely think you will love her. I love her personality. She's very like outgoing and bubbly, and that I feel like I'm similar. I'm definitely a very outgoing person. I'm very loud. I'm very bubbly. So I definitely vibe with her. I love her. I asked her if she wanted to collaborate with me and she said yes. So go show her some love. Tell her I sent you. But I was inspired to create this video with Alex by It's Just Steph here on YouTube. I saw her film this video, 20 favorite products, 20 different brands. So since I was inspired by her, I'm going to have her channel and her video listed down below as well. But when I saw her video, I reached out to Alex and I was like, hey, do you want to collab with me? Do you want to talk about some makeup products? And that's what we're here to do today. So 20 products, 20 brands, let's jump into it. I always do this when I'm collaborating with people. If you're new, my voice doesn't always sound scratchy like this. I am currently pregnant and I feel like anytime I catch a cold or feel slightly under the weather, my voice decides to leave me. So that's what's happening here. But hello, my name is Kelly. I am a mom. I have an almost 3-year-old and a baby on the way. And I'm a teacher and I'm makeup obsessed. I just love talking about makeup, which is what we are going to do today. Now, I'm not going in any order, okay? This is not like ranking. No. Just 20 of my favorite products. And I thought this was gonna be challenging at first, but it really wasn't that hard. Some of the products that I thought of first, like right off the bat, if you know me, you know my love for the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. Love these. I have dry skin, so these are supposed to be brightening. I don't know that I do or don't notice any brightening. I love these for the hydration. It feels very comfortable on the skin. It feels like a big drink of water for my face, and that's what I love. It definitely like makes my skin feel nice and hydrated and prepped for makeup. So I use this after my skincare, after my sunscreen, and when I'm prepping my skin for makeup. That's when I use this guy. Now, I know this is a little much. I know that some people don't use primers at all. I use 2 primers. So the first is Glow Recipe, Niacinamide Dewdrops. But another brand that I love a lot of things from them, but when I had to pick a favorite, it is the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas. I fell in love with this primer. I had the solid. I don't know if I prefer the solid or the liquid because I've had them at different times, but I've been using the liquid. This is the mini. Used it all up, repurchased it. First, I go in with my Glow Recipe Niacinamide Dewdrops, put that all over the face. Then I take my liquid silk canvas and put it just where my pores are the largest and on my forehead. This does not feel drying. It does feel like it gives me a little bit more of a smoothing texture to the face, but without being like that silicone feeling or very drying. Tatcha is a pricey brand. I love a lot of things from them, but if you're only gonna try one thing, I really think the silk canvas is great. And I've heard from a lot of people, I have dry skin, but I've heard from people who have normal skin, combo, oily, that they really like it too. And I just think that it's a great way to, like, you know, start your makeup application with a good primer. This next product and brand is like an OG in the makeup game. This is like the makeup that I feel like everybody talked about when I was in high school, when I was first jumping onto the YouTube world. Everybody was talking about MAC Cosmetics, like everybody. People were raving about MAC eyeshadows, MAC blushes, MAC lipsticks. Everybody was posting their MAC lipstick collection. But if I had to pick one product, just one, from MAC that is a favorite of mine, it's my Fix Plus. I use this to spray my face before makeup. I use it to spray my face after makeup. I use it to spray my face if my face is feeling dry. I use it to spray my highlighter if I feel like my highlighter needs a little bit sprucing up. I spray my sponge when I'm applying my foundation application. I spray my eyeshadow brushes when I'm putting a shimmer on the lid. This is just my go-to. It's multi-purpose. I love it. I've used it for years. I've gone through so much of it. And yes, I love the MAC lipsticks, but if you were to tell me just to pick one, like just pick one, I'd have to go with Fix Plus. Now I have to say, here on my channel, we're a little bit bougie. I feel like most of the products I talk about are high end, but every now and then we have some luxury, like Natasha Denona. I've been getting into Natasha Denona recently, tried several of her eyeshadow palettes, want to try a lipstick, but so far, my favorite product from Natasha Denona has got to be the highlighter, the Super Glow highlighter in the shade Fair. It is the highlighter that I'm wearing on my face today. I love this highlighter so much. This is not subtle. This is not for the faint of heart. If you want a tiny glow, just like a little bit of something, this is not for you, okay? This is for people who want to glow from within. Every time I talk about this highlighter, I always joke around and say that I feel like a vampire in Twilight, but it's not chunky, it's not glittery, it doesn't like stand on top of the face, but it makes my skin look like it's glowing. And I want to glow. I like the glow. I love highlight. I want to wear a highlighter that is going to like beam me into outer space. This does it for me, and hands down, my number one. Estee Lauder is a brand that I haven't tried too much from, but I've been getting into more of their products recently. However, in the fall, during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, like fall 2021, I picked up the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydro Rescue Moisturizing Makeup Broad Spectrum 45 Foundation in the shade 2N1 Desert Beige. Love this foundation. It quickly became a favorite. 2N1 Desert Beige is like the perfect shade match for me. This foundation goes on so nice. It gives me a healthy glow. It's very comfortable on the skin. It gives me a nice medium coverage, which is what I look for. And this foundation like jumped to the top of my rankings. I love it so much. Unfortunately, I'm not able to currently wear it at the moment because it has a chemical sunscreen in here that's not recommended during pregnancy. So I'm saving this for after the baby comes because I live in Texas. I have fair skin. I have red hair. I need SPF. I live in Texas. This is a great foundation. I wouldn't use it just like as my only SPF. I go in with an SPF also, but this is a great foundation for when you're gonna be outside, when you're gonna be in the sun. You wanna look glowy and healthy and spring and summer-like, but you want a little bit of SPF protection as well. Definitely love this foundation. Anastasia Beverly Hills is a brand that I feel like we all know about. She's known for her brows. She's known for her eyeshadow palettes. Tried her lipsticks, wasn't a huge fan, but I feel like when I think of ABH, I think of brow products and eyeshadow palettes, both of which I've tried several products from, but the product from her brand that I use every single day, that I've constantly repurchased, that I will continue to repurchase is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Caramel. I have to create a brow every single day. I was not blessed with beautiful bushy brows that I can just like put a gel in and go. I have to create these bad boys, and I love the shade Caramel. I've tried so many dupes, so many like the NYX Micro Brow. I've tried Benefit Brow products. The shades just aren't right for me, for my natural red hair. I feel like these brows like match my hair color, and it's the shade Caramel. So I love this brow product. I know a lot of people say it's overhyped. You can get a dupe. It's like $22 or $24. It is, but for me, to have like this natural red hair and to need to find like the perfect shade match, I'll spend the money. I will spend the money to repurchase my Brow Wiz. A new brand that is up and coming that we've heard a lot from lately, an influencer created brand, Vive by Jamie Genevieve. I've tried several things from Vive. I've tried their lip products. I've tried a couple eyeshadow palettes, and typically when I talk about Vive, I've tried their blushes as well. Typically when I talk about Vive, I'll always have people in the comments asking me like, what would I recommend from the brand? They want to try the brand. It can be a little bit pricey to get it shipped over here. I typically order on Cult Beauty. That's another question I get asked. But if I had to pick one product to recommend to you, the product I would recommend would be the Muse palette. I love this eyeshadow palette. She reformulated her shimmers from the Essential palette. I prefer the shimmers in this palette here. It is still matte heavy. I love a good shimmer, still matte heavy, but you have three beautiful shimmers here. This is like a nice rosy romantic palette. I don't really have any shade like Mystic in my collection. It's more of like a mauve shade, but like a cool toned mauve. I really find that this is great for like every day, quick and easy. I can go and create like a light look here, or you can get deep and smoky. This Regal shade is very unique and beautiful. I love the formula. I love the texture. I like that it feels nice and solid. You do have a nice mirror and a magnetic closure, and I definitely prefer this eyeshadow palette over the Essential palette. So picking one product from Vive, I would have to go with this palette. Another influencer created brand is Dominique Cosmetics by Kristen Dominique. I've tried several of her palettes. I have the Latte and the Latte 2, and I tried a couple of her lipsticks, and that's where I found the real gem. I love, 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 love the Dominique Cosmetics Pretty Natural shade. So it had the name Dominique down the side. I am touching the M. This is like the perfect like natural nude shade for me. I like it because it's not too browny, but it's not too peachy, but it doesn't pull orange on me. I have a hard time with nudes. I tend to lean toward pinky nudes because like peachy nudes or brown nudes can be a little too orangey, and I don't like that. But this one is like the perfect, pretty natural nude. It has been a go-to for me. I love the formula. It's super creamy, goes on nice. It gives you more of like a satin finish. It's not going to be like shimmery and glowy. It's not going to look like you have a gloss, but it's not going to be a flat matte either. So definitely love the formula. I don't hear anybody talking about it. I feel like it's underrated, and I love this lipstick. We'll just stick with lip products. I'm not a huge gloss person. I'm really not, but if I were to go in with a gloss, it would be this one right here, this Buxom White Russian. You can see how much I've used this Buxom White Russian lip gloss. This is a little bit more of a pinky lip gloss, but I find that I can put it over anything. It's not super duper pigmented. You do have a little bit of pigment there, but it gives me more of like a pinky nude glossy look. It does have a cooling sensation. I don't find it to be painful. I don't find it to be tingly. I actually find it to be quite comfortable, but you just kind of put that right on top of any lipstick, a red, a nude, a pink. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really change the shade too much, but it gives me a nice glossy look and makes my lips look really plump and juicy. I've had it for years, and it's a favorite. Let's get bougie again with Pat McGrath, okay? I feel like Pat McGrath gets talked about a lot with her Mothership palettes, her blushes, her Bridgerton release. So I really looked at my collection and I thought, if I were to recommend a Pat McGrath product, what would it be? You might consider this cheating because it's supposed to be like one product from one brand, but I'm talking about one product. I'm talking about her blushes. I love her blushes. I do have a single blush in the shade Nymphette. This one is a little bit lighter, a little bit more of like a natural looking blush. But if you really want to try out her blush formula, I do love her trios. I know she had a Bridgerton trio. This one is the Blush and Glow trio. You do get a highlighter, which honestly, I don't really care for her highlighters, but you get 2 blushes here. I really love, this one is in Divine Rose and this one is in Desert Orchid. I love them both. Her blushes are super creamy. They go on very pigmented, but you can also build them up and they give you more of like a satin finish. It's not a flat matte in my opinion, and it definitely makes my skin look healthy and glowy. And I feel like out of the products that I've tried some of her eyeshadow palettes. Okay, they're good. I've tried her highlighters. Not a huge fan. The blushes are really where it's at for me. Let's just stick with the bouge and jump right into Charlotte Tilbury. I've tried a ton from her. I have her lip liners. Love them. I have some eyeshadow palettes. They're a like, not a love. I feel like the formula can be a little bit difficult to deal with, but I like the ones that I have. What else have I tried from Charlotte? I'm wearing her Beautiful Skin Foundation. But for me, the favorite product by Charlotte Tilbury is her bronzer from the Film Star Bronze and Glow, the Sculpt shade. I honestly wish that I could get this bronzer separately. It's different from the airbrush bronzer. This is not the same. This is different because I have the airbrush bronzer and I really love that as well. But this, there's just something about it. I like to use it as a contour. I go in with a dense brush and I kind of put it right like below my cheekbones to kind of chisel it out a little bit. And then I'll go in with another bronzer on top. I don't know if you can even tell, but I have a huge dip in here. Like I'm definitely going to be hitting pan soon. I don't care for the highlight. I don't love it. I don't use it a ton. I love this Sculpt shade. I love it. I wish I could get it separately, but I don't think you can, and it's not the same type of bronzer. But if I were to have to give up all of my Charlotte Tilbury, I wouldn't be able to let this go. Like I need this bronzer. I use it every single day. I love it so much. Let's switch it up a little bit, okay? Let's get a little bit more affordable. Let's move over to Ulta, and let's talk about Juvia's Place. I have tried a few of their eyeshadow palettes. I have a lipstick, but for me, my favorite product from Juvia's Place and a product that I use often is a lip liner. And it's this lip liner in the shade So Rare. Now, this is not one of those lip liners that you can sharpen. It's a twist up, so it's not really good at getting like a nice defined point, but that's not what I use it for. What I use it for is I go in, I line my lips, and I fill it in a little bit, and then I take a light nude lip shade like the Charlotte Tilbury Kim KW, the Tarte Beach Babe, and I put that in the center, and it gives me this beautiful ombre nude that I just love. Heather Austin was the one who put me on these Juvia's Place lip liners. I purchased a couple of them, but really the shade that I reach for time and time again is So Rare, because it's this like beautiful deep nude shade, and I don't have another lip liner like it. Back to the bouge. Back to the bouge with Tom Ford, okay? Tom Ford, luxury, top dollar, okay? But the product for me that I am so thankful to have in my collection, and I love it so much and I will cherish it forever, is this lipstick here in the shade Blush Nude. Now here's my blush nude story, okay? This is a pinky nude shade. It's very, very beautiful. I love this shade. Is it unique in my collection? No, but it's a beautiful pinky nude, okay? Love it so much. Gives me more of like a satin finish. I tried this out years ago. Smegs had it. She let me try it. I loved it, but it's over $50. And I was like, girl, I can't drop that kind of money on a lipstick, okay? Fast forward a couple years. I was in a mood where I was like, treat yourself. I had a kid. I wanted something bougie, and I wanted this Tom Ford Blush Nude, so I went looking for it, and it was discontinued. It was nowhere to be found, and I looked for it for months. And then recently, in November or December, my friend Aileen from Lunar Beauty reached out to me, and she was like, hey, I think Blush Nude is back at Saks Fifth Avenue. You should look into it. I had a friend, Mo, from Mo Makeup, Mo Beauty, who put me in contact with her rep in New York. Contacted her. She sent me and Smags a Blush Nude. I was like, thank you, thank you. I have this in my collection. I love it. It took me a while to wear it, but it is like the beautiful, like the perfect pinky nude shade. I love it so much. And then Smags just texted me that Tom Ford Blush Nude is back in stock at Sephora. I am so happy. So I will have that product and all of these that I can linked down below, but it's bougie. It's definitely luxury. You have to pay a pretty penny for it, but I love this shade so much, and I'm so glad that it's in my collection now. Another creator brand who I have been loving is BK Beauty. I love everything about BK Beauty. I love their True Beauty palette. I love their brushes. They came out with a travel set. They have lip liners and lipsticks that I feel like are so luxurious. But if I had to pick one favorite, the product that I use every single day, that I have multiple of, and I want more of, is the BK Beauty 202 brush. This brush is so unique because it is a crease brush. It's very fluffy, but it's more tapered. I have small hooded eyes. If you have small hooded eyes and you don't have a large space to work with, you need a brush like this that is more like slim and domed to really get in the crease, but it's also fluffy enough. I found that when I try to find brushes like this, they're not fluffy enough to actually blend out. They put the product in, but they don't blend out. This is fluffy enough to blend out. So this is my go-to crease shade. I have this one and the travel size. I need to order a couple more because I love this brush so much. And if I were to ever get to create a brush or create a bundle with BK Beauty, I would want to put all of the 202s in that bundle because I love this brush so much. And I love BK Beauty. They're amazing. I have a code with them. I'm pretty sure it's KBella10. If you want to try anything out, feel free to use my code. You save 10%. Love this brand. Okay, I feel like I'm talking a lot. We need to get the ball rolling. We get it, Kelly. Lancome. This is one I don't have, but if you're not new here, I've gone through several of them. It's the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. I love that mascara. It definitely gives you volume. It's very gives you full looking lashes. I actually am waiting for mine to get to me because I made a purchase during the Sephora VIB sale, which I believe is still going on right now, and I purchased another one, so I'm waiting for it to get to me, but I have repurchased so many of these. Yes, it's more expensive for a mascara. If you're looking for one that's similar but a little less expensive, Maybelline The Rocket is great, but I love the Lancome Monsieur Big more than Maybelline The Rocket, and it's definitely a favorite for me. Benefit. Benefit is a very popular brand. I've tried several things from them. My favorite product from them, it's in a palette. I'm not talking about this palette here. What I am talking about is the Hoola bronzer. I know that it's an OG. A lot of people used to talk about the Hoola bronzer. I still think it's great. They now have expanded their shade range. I feel like it's a great a neutral toned bronzer. It's not too cool, but it's not too warm. It's pigmented and blendable. I have mine in this palette form because I wanted to have this back in my collection. Even though I have bronzers on bronzers on bronzers, I still wanted the Hoola in my collection. I am getting hot and hungry. Okay, Urban Decay. Urban Decay is typically known for their eyeshadow palettes, the Naked palettes. I had the Naked original, but I don't think that their eyeshadow formula is my favorite compared to the other eyeshadow formulas that I have tried. What I do love from them, and it's pricey, but I feel like it's worth the money, is their eyeliner, the 24/7 eyeliner. I like the shade Perversion. I typically use this eyeliner to put as a tight line, right up underneath my lashes to kind of fill in any gaps and make my lashes look more full. It's very long lasting. It does not tug. It glides. Okay, glide on. It glides. It lasts all day. It doesn't smudge. It definitely sticks in the waterline where I want it to, and I will repurchase this when I do not have it in my collection because even though it's $20-something, I feel like it's worth it. Patrick Ta is a brand I've been trying more and more from, and I do really enjoy him, but one of the products that I reach for over the others is this lip creme. This is the Monochromatic Moment. This is in the shade She's Unapologetic. It's the lightest shade. I always get compliments when I wear this. So what I'll do is I'll go in with a nude lip liner. I'll put this on top, and then if you just take a little bit of gloss and put a little bit of gloss on top of this shade, it's a beautiful pinky neutral shade, but the gloss just makes your lips look so, so juicy. This is not a liquid lipstick. It does not dry down completely. It does have a doe foot applicator, but you will get some transfer if you're like drinking or eating or if you kiss the back of your hand. But I love the color. I love the texture of it. I love the feel of it on my lips, and it's definitely one that stays in my purse often. We have 2 more products to get to 20. This is a long video. Number 19, Jaclyn Cosmetics. Jaclyn Cosmetics, another influencer brand. I've tried a few things from her. I haven't tried a ton. Did not like her lipsticks whatsoever. What I did like, though, is her highlighter. Now, this is the highlighter mini because in my collection, I just don't need a full-sized highlighter. This is in the shade Iced. Again, it's another very blinding highlight. This kind of reminds me of the Becca formula, where it's definitely going to give you some shimmer. It's not going to blend in quite as nice as the Natasha Denona, but it doesn't sit on top of my skin. But it gives me a very like beaming bright glow. And if this is not your type of shade, she definitely has some fun shades in there, and I really like the texture of this highlighter. Last but not least, another influencer brand that I have been trying more and more out from is Lunar Beauty. And I love his lipstick formula, his liquid lipsticks. Heather Austin talked about his lipstick formula, so I wanted to try them out. And when I saw the shade Perfection, you can see a trend here in what I look for. Perfection is a deeper mauve shade, like a deeper, it's not super mauve, it's like a pinky mauve, but it's a little bit deeper than some of these other shades that I've shown you. But this formula is super comfortable on the lips, very pigmented, very opaque. It has like a liquidy feel, but it dries down and feels, okay, get that under control. It feels very comfortable on the lips. It's very long lasting, very nice, and this has been like a go-to shade for me. I think I've been filming this for like 35-40 minutes at this point, so I am out of breath. I am parched. I need to eat a snack. That is it though. Those are 20 products that I love, that are near and dear to my heart from 20 different brands. So if you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my friend Alex for collaborating with me. I can't wait to see her picks, to see her 20 products. We thought that this would be a fun video to do together. I would love to hear your thoughts down below. What are some of your favorite products from any of these brands? Have you tried any of these out? If you came over from Alex's channel, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you'll consider subscribing before you go. That way I can see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.